how can I build trust that I will build a successful business? How do you build trust? Do you trust that you're going to eat lunch every day if you want lunch? Probably you do. You've had lunch so many times. Do you trust that the sun's going to rise tomorrow morning? Yes, because the sun has risen so many times in your life. In fact, it's a very reliable one. It's never let you down. The lunch one, you may have not had lunch sometimes. That's fine. But you knew that you were not having lunch. So there wasn't a loss of trust there. It was just a decision not to have lunch today. So trust building is a really important skill. And it's kind of like a two-legged skill. There's one piece, which is that when you're doing something new, you need to do something you haven't done before. And it just takes a little bit of trust. Okay, I'm going to make an offer. I'm going to offer to sell something to somebody to see if they want to buy something from my business. Maybe you've never done that before. Maybe you don't know how to do it very well. And it takes some trust to do that. So you have to gather a little bit of trust, like, yeah, I'm going to, or courage, maybe a little courage to trust to take that step. What most people try to do is then take another step and get some more courage together, and then another step and get some more courage together, and then another step. And then it starts to feel a bit difficult because maybe things are not working very well and your trust starts to suffer. And then you think, oh, I've got to trust. Everyone says I've got to trust. So you try and take another step. So a much easier way to do it is to take a step and then look at what happened. Not emotionally, like, oh my God, I did this, my first sales call ever and it didn't work. Oh, I'm a disaster. No, I did a sales call. It didn't work. I wonder why not. And then you can start to ask questions. Was it the right person? Was I selling the right thing for them? Did I have a good sales methodology? Did I make some mistakes while I was doing it? There are lots of questions you can ask. Do I need to learn some more so that I can get better at doing this? This is a very calm, reflective process. Just look at what happened and see if you can solve it. The alternative is you might have had that sales call and it was successful. And you go like, I'm amazing, I'm a winner, I'm going to run a successful business. You're not, you've sold one thing. The very next call, you might not. And it's like, oh no, a disaster. That's the drama that people go into doing business. But if you can say, oh, that was successful, I wonder what made that work. Well, I'd love to work with that person. I think I managed the call quite well. There seemed to be a fit between what they were looking for and what I'm selling. That's good. Let's try another one. So then it takes a little bit of trust again to take that next step. And then you look at the results and see what happened. Very calmly, no emotion. This is one of the things I teach all the time, how to be neutral, how to be neutrally positive. Oh, that was great. I'm happy that I did something well. Oh, that didn't work very well. I'm willing to look into what was bad. I'm not going to deny it. Like something's not working here. That's a neutral negative. I'm looking at the negativity, but I'm looking at it with neutrality rather than, oh, I'm amazing. Oh, I'm a disaster. That's not neutral. That's forced positive and forced negative and does a lot of harm in business. So you build your trust by having these little moments of courage, doing something you've not done before, and then looking at what happened without emotion, neutrally, to see if you can get better at doing it. You build trust by getting little results. You don't build trust by trusting, oh, until you're about to die of trust. Build your confidence through little results. They always say, take baby steps. That's what they mean, okay? Little results build confidence and trust. I have a wonderful interview. I think it's on my YouTube channel. And it's a guy who one day said his feet were cold and he decided to ask energy to give him warm feet. And he got warm feet that day. And it changed his understanding of his own power and his own agency. Like, oh, I can ask for something and it's delivered. That was a turning point in his life. And he then went on to deliver a huge change in his financial circumstances. That is how you build trust, because he did something and it worked. And then he wanted to say, well, what else can I make work? That is much better than this kind of spiritual trust that leads you into disaster. Okay, little steps, keep checking the facts, be neutral. Step by step, okay?